So, hello everyone. Thank you so much for joining the sessions, and thank you so much for coming to the closing ceremony of GirlScript and International Conference. We've had a lot of different speakers, and it's really been a full circle of different industries. I feel this day was very, very warm, and it was more reflective in terms of everybody was reflecting on their purpose and how to really do what you love. So that's what everybody wants to know, and I really enjoyed today. So the theme for the conference was the impact of COVID on innovations, and we've actually seen a lot of different perspectives on this, right from drone delivery to fitness to actually holistic healing. We've seen entrepreneurship during the pandemic. If you were there yesterday, you would have enjoyed the session a lot because it was very interactive, it was very different, and you understood that in every problem there is actually an opportunity. It's not only a problem, but it's actually an opportunity which you can see, and you can take advantage of that. And a lot of entrepreneurs which we met during this time, they did that. They took opportunity out of all the problems they've been seeing around them. So you've had 6 days and six different domains ranging from recruitment, networking, technology, mental wellness, entrepreneurship, and it's just been amazing. It's been like a really, really different experience, I feel, because everybody has their own opinion. So for the first day, we had networking, in which we had Lauren Lawrence from Microsoft. I think she's really been very inspiring in terms of her background and also the kind of experience she has. She really gave practical tips to just improve your networking as well as cloud computing in the next sessions. Then we had Aditya Arora from FAD, and he basically is the founder of that investor network. And he spoke about how he grew that network and how he's just like so young, but he's still being able to sustain himself and his network and his community. Then we had Rishabh Singh, who is also a very young influencer. He has like 50,000 followers on LinkedIn. So that was also very interesting to know his perspective of how he has built his brand, how he started from scratch to build his brand online. And then we had Aida Ogabi, who is an account manager at Google. And she also had a very inspiring story and a background, her ethnic background of how she grew herself and how she's also the CEO of Wave Studio, apart from being an account manager at Google. So she's been able to do something she's passionate about aside from a corporate job. So that is also something very interesting. Then we had Bobby Healy, who is the founder of a drone company called Mana. And I found this very interesting because drones are something which have always interested me. And he took that and he actually implemented his own drone delivery system in which you can order anything and the drone is able to deliver it. There's a lot of technology, but there's also a lot of ethics involved because you don't get permissions that easily. But he was able to tell us what kind of technology is involved, how does it work, and how do you actually get the permissions, how do you sustain the business and everything. So it was pretty interesting to know his insights on that and how positively the drone industry has been affected by this pandemic. So that is also something different he had to offer because not every industry has been affected negatively. Then we had Ashish Kumar, who is also from TCS, and basically he gave us like an overview of how we could switch from the academic industry to the corporate and to the professional industry. Like what actionable steps should we follow to actually make that switch. A lot of people, a lot of students are always looking for jobs, and it is extremely difficult for them to get jobs because they probably lack how to portray themselves to the employer. How do we actually secure a job in an industry which we have skills in? So he was very particular about the nitty gritty details, and I really enjoyed that session as well. Then we had a very, very interesting and interactive workshop about change management during the pandemic, and that was by Jasneet Bhalla. She was basically talking about how do you change yourself in situations, like how do you accept change, how do you basically just take action every single day to change certain things in your day to day. And it could be as simple as changing something about your look, changing something about your habits, changing something every single day so that it becomes consistent, it becomes a part of your life. How do we adapt to the change happening outside of us? We actually need to change ourselves for that. So it was very interesting. You can watch all of these recordings on our YouTube channel, and you can look at this because it's all up online if you missed it. Then we had a Power BI workshop by Mrinmay Sharma. So basically, he gave a very hands-on workshop using Microsoft Power BI. It's a visualization tool. You can import data and you can create reports. So he gave a workshop on that, and he basically taught people to make a dashboard and everything. So it was very interesting to actually learn a hands-on skill. You can look at that on YouTube as well. Then we had a very hands-on technology day in which we had a UX design workshop by Abhay Chopra. He basically gave you like all the details about how design process works in terms of it from a view of a designer himself. How do you, what tools can you use, and how can you go about the design process? So that was very interesting. And then we had a follow up web development workshop, which was using Node.js. And that was by Nikhil Tripathi. I guess he is here with us. And he gave a workshop on that. So that was also very nice because UX and web development, they kind of go hand in hand. And then we had Nihal Jaiswal, who gave a big data workshop. So big data is also something which is extremely important during this time, and it is also important to know how to use that data to actually get meaningful insights. So the follow-up workshop for that was cloud computing, and cloud computing is something which actually uses data all the time. We use it for a lot of different tasks, and she was highlighting the importance it has on AI, machine learning, image recognition, object detection, and how basically that is being used in real life by Microsoft and other companies. So it was really interesting to see that. And also, she highlighted what kind of certifications you can add to your CV and to your portfolio to basically upskill yourself and to show the fact that you have knowledge in that domain. So you can access the Microsoft Azure training days online. I think that is something which you can look at to get some free vouchers to sit the AZ900 exam. So I think I sent an email regarding that, but I can send that again. It's all the links are in there, and you can definitely watch the recording as well. Then we had day 4, which was about remote working. And this was very interesting because this was not only remote working, but also recruitment and skill development. So we had Surya Patra from Softest, and he is the founder of Softest, which is basically a recruitment and consulting company. And he gave some insights about what recruiters really look for in a candidate and what kind of CVs are, good CVs, because there are a lot of bots who actually assess the CVs first before they go to the recruiter, because large companies would not have that much time to go through each and every CV. So it is extremely important to have some keywords or some phrases in your CV which catch the algorithm. So there are some details about how you can structure a good CV, what are the details you need to put in there, and how you can make your CV stand out from other people. So that was something nice to look at. And then we had a skill development workshop about, now that you've gotten past the CV process and you get the interview, how do you deal with the interview? So dealing with the interview itself is like more of a mindset, more of like how you behave, how do you conduct yourself, how do you frame questions, frame answers, and how do you interpret those questions? One question could be formed in so many different ways, but it's up to you how you interpret it. So there was something new to learn in all of these things, because we are always continuously preparing CVs and preparing for interviews, but sometimes we forget that maybe all the questions which are being asked, they are kind of the similar questions, but they're just modeled differently. Then we had, once you get the CV done, you get the interview, and then now you're working. How do you deal with that? So we had a Sean Siu from Google, and he gave a talk about remote working and how you should stay motivated in whatever you're doing. You might be doing a job which you don't like, probably, or you might be doing something which you're probably not 100% passionate about. But how do you find motivation? How do you keep going every single day? And the key is to just find one thing which brings you joy and do it every day, regardless of what you're doing. Love what you do first. Do whatever you're doing, but just do it with passion, and find something which keeps you going every single day so that you can help other people, motivate other people. And Sean is an example of that because he is a global manager at Google, and he helps other people. He said that being a manager is being a manager, but I love helping people, and that is something which brings me joy. So it was extremely interesting to know that. And you might be doing a job, but you want to do something else. But if you give your all in the job and you're happy and you're making others happy, you will find joy in the process. Yesterday, that was day 5, was about entrepreneurship and digitalization. So the first talk we had was about the new age of digitalization, and that was by Vaishnavi Sudha. She gave like an insight of the politics and the more theoretical aspects of the digitalized society. We always view it from a technical standpoint, but there's so much more details which go into it. There's so much more theories which go into it. So she was elaborating on those theories and how she views everything to change. And then we had a very, very interactive session by Maurice Knightley. He is an entrepreneurial specialist at UCD, and um, he gave a whole overview of entrepreneurship, but in a hands-on interactive way. He actually got the people to do the work by telling them to brainstorm different ideas, solving problems in the real world, like what bugs you every day, and how can you actually come up with a solution for problems which bug you every single day. It could be anything. It could be like, uh, you for me, for us it was like students are not getting enough opportunities to understand how to invest their money correctly. So we came up with like an app to gamify the investing experience for students. So it was extremely a short period of time, but it was amazing to see how much you could do in that short period of time, working in teams and actually coming up with solutions then and there. So he also told us that a part of the brain is always being exercised if you are constantly, making it exercise, making it work, and you're constantly thinking new things. That's how you come up with solutions instantly on the spot. So today was day 6, and that was the last day of the conference in which we had mental wellness. And I think mental wellness is the most important thing beyond any other thing. So in the morning, the talk we had was by Bucky John. I met her 2 years ago, and she's an extremely inspiring person. She is so gentle, she's so feminine, and she basically spoke about how she found her purpose of being a holistic coach, of being someone who inspires others, help others find their purpose, and also helps to heal others in a holistic way. So she gave us a lot of pointers about, how you can get in touch with your body, how can you basically find your purpose, how can you be grateful for what you have, how can you have an abundance mindset, and how can you basically create a vision for yourself and create actionable steps to achieve those goals. I really liked the session. It was amazing. It was about being present in the moment. It was about actually finding peace in what you're doing. And now that we've covered all the technology, all the hard skills part, this is about the mindset. This is all about how you execute it using your mind. And then we had a woman who was actually extremely inspiring, and she executed her purpose, and that is Sylvia. We just had her now. Basically, Sylvia is basically Sylvia is a fitness trainer, and she She is also a cancer survivor because she has achieved a lot in life, and we already saw her life portfolio. But she is so inspiring. She is so energetic. She's so enthusiastic. You already saw her energy in the dance class, but she's extremely enthusiastic and energetic, and that's because she's loving what she's doing. That she doesn't feel like it's work anymore. It's just something she's doing, and she loves it. So it's like her hobby, but she made it into a business. She made it financially sustainable for herself, and that's inspiring. And with this, we are ending the conference. And I hope, yeah, we just want to announce the winner as well. So we have the winner of the web development workshop, and that is Samriddhi Jain. I hope she is here. Are you here, Samriddhi?
Yes, I'm here.
Yeah, so thank you so much for your submission. And we announce you as the winner for your portfolio. And we will definitely send you the certificate as soon as we can. But thank you so much for your efforts. And thank you,
Thank you so much. Yeah, it was an amazing workshop. I learned a lot.
thank you so much, Samriddhi. And with this, we are ending the GirlScript International conference. And I would really like to thank my team actually because they've done a lot for this, especially Earth. Art has really done a lot for the conference, and just putting everything together. It's been it's been a lot of different speakers, a lot of different things. So to manage all of that can be very stressful, especially during this time when everybody has something going on already behind the scenes. And it's been a year we've been running GirlScript, so this is a this is a big event we've had. And then Tanvi as well. She has also been very supportive during this time. And Minakshi, Vikram, Priyanshi, and Carol. Minakshi is involved in the marketing, so she has helped a lot. And Carol is behind all the graphics you see on Instagram. Carol has designed them. Priyanshi is a web developer. She has designed the website for the conference. And Vikram is also involved in the marketing team. So everybody has really given their best shot. So thank you so much, everybody.